Oh, good. Sorry. Good evening. Before I begin, I would like to state that my sources for this essay include the Syracuse University, the Pew Research Center and Data, and the Library of Congress. I have also emailed you all, our three of you, on October 15th, a list of data, and I can resend that information if necessary. That said, our students are delighted in seeing the city advocate for the proclamation recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day on the second Monday in October. If you vote to issue this proclamation, you are honoring the Indigenous people of Springfield, Illinois, and the rest of the Americas. You are honoring the people who have inhabited this land for thousands of years, whose ancestors fought and died for. You would be recognizing those who brought forth an abundance of wealth to the present-day United States. Besides food and clothing, which would, without either, the Europeans would not have survived. But how many people know that Thomas Jefferson used the document that means the Great Law of Peace between the Six Nations of the colonized name, the Iroquois, which their real name was the Haudenosaunee, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, to write the Constitution of the United States. In fact, it is argued that the very idea of democracy comes from Indigenous people. Part of these tribes covered the Illinois lands. In addition, this day would finally recognize the genocide to Indigenous people by European colonization. Instead of whitewashing history, it would validate and hold accountable the atrocities that the Indigenous people faced and continue to face, the violence, the massacres, the continual fight for their sovereignty and right to self-determine, and simply put, live as their authentic selves. As I mentioned when I last spoke on behalf of this proclamation, it would end the commemorative narrative that Columbus was a hero. It would work towards upholding anti-racist values and speak to the displacement of the Indigenous people. In Springfield surrounding area, those people include, but are not limited to, the Potawatomi people, the Algonquin people, the Illinois who our state is named for, among dozens of others. It would be the start and push to change the Illinois school code that to solely recognizes Indigenous Peoples Day. This has been something Illinois Native American communities have been pushing for since 2022. Again, I repeat, by proclaiming Indigenous Peoples Day, you would celebrate Indigenous culture and Black and Brown culture, language, identity, everything that colonization took from them. The very act of being Indigenous, Black, and Brown people celebrating their culture is an act of resistance today. As I've said previously, things that white people take for granted, such as hairstyles, language, clothing, etc. By formally recognizing the second Monday as Indigenous Peoples Day, you would be bringing equitable conversation into this city. You would be uplifting communities that have been silenced. You would be recognizing people who have been long ignored and forgotten. You have the opportunity to set us on a path toward healing, and you would join the list of about 219 cities that solely recognize Indigenous Peoples Day. No matter what, this eventually will happen. Why not be the people that can say, yes, we voted to make that happen. We voted to make Springfield a better place.
Thank you.